Hello guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. So in today's video we're going to do the final part of this funnel corset blouse. If you missed the last video where I showed you the drafting and cutting process and also the first phase of the sewing, check it out before watching this one. With that being said, let us get straight into the video. Now we're going to work on the cupped corset. These are all the fabric pieces as well as the lining piece. I also went ahead to iron interfacing on them. You want to mark them so you are not confused when sewing. Now I'm going to set this aside to work on the padding we're going to use for this cup. We won't be using the bust caging method, but instead I'm going to use this padding for the cups, and I'm going to use them for the lining pieces. So I'm going to use the soft wadding and iron it with this padding together, and then we're going to use this to cut. I'm going to join them together and set it aside. These are cups. One is going to be for the lining piece and the other one is the main fabric piece. So this piece here, we're going to hold them together and we're going to sew, while this one here, we're going to iron the wadding on top. So I'm just pinning this down, so it's going to be much easier to take this to the machine to sew. Now we're going to sew this by 1/2 inch here, but before we do that, we want to go ahead to cut out the padding for this one so we can sew everything together. So this is the padding. You can see that I went ahead to gum the two of them together just to make it a bit more thicker. Now I'm going to place this down and I'm going to place all my cup pieces on top, and then we're going to cut them out. After cutting on the top part of our cups, we want to go ahead to trim out 1/2 inch around the top area so we do not sew on it when joining them together. Now I also went ahead to cut this out for the cups as well, and I attached them to the fabric. We're also going to hold this piece together the way we held the main fabric piece together, and we're going to sew it by 1/2 inch. So I'm sewing them along this point here. After sewing, this is what you would have. So you can see what the outer part is looking like. Now for the inner part, we're going to go ahead to open up the seams and then just press it down, and we're also going to trim out the excesses we have at the inner part. After ironing, this is what we have. Now what we want to do for the inner part is we want to go ahead to trim out those excesses so that our cup is going to relax very well. After ironing, I'm going to go ahead now to top stitch on it before we add in our third piece. We're done top stitching and this is what it looks like. Now we're going to bring in the third piece and we're going to place them right sides facing each other. You can see I created a notch there just so I know where to pinpoint this, and then we're going to place them making sure that they are aligning properly, and we're just going to hold everything together to sew. You want to make sure you use your pin to pin this down if you're going to find this really hard to sew. Now we're done sewing and this is what it's looking like. You can see the cup is already coming out already. Now the same thing we just did for the first part, we want to go ahead to open up the seams, iron it, trim it out, and then top stitch on it so that everything lays down very well. After ironing, this is what our cup looks like. This is the lining piece, do not forget. I also went ahead to do the same thing for the main fabric piece. This is our main fabric piece here. Now the difference between the lining piece and the main fabric piece is the fact that we have stay interfacing ironed on our main fabric piece, and then we just went ahead to join all the pieces together. But for the lining piece, we added the pad to it and then we went ahead to join them together. So this is what we have. Now I'm going to go ahead to trim out the excesses we have at this point here and top stitch on it the way we did earlier. So this is what we have after top stitching on it. This is what our cup is looking like. Now on the inner part, I went ahead to use stay interfacing to just iron on top this side here, just so it lays very well. And then when we add our main fabric piece, the seam lines are not bulging out, just so everything is looking nice and neat. Now I'm going to take this to the ironing board and show you what I did. So I used two stay interfacing and layered it together, and I just placed it down like this, applied a bit of water, and I gave it a good press. If you're using a steam iron, you don't even need to do too much, and I just ironed it, and I'm going to repeat the same process on the other part as well. After ironing this part down, I'm going to proceed to use a bit more stay to do the fleshing. So I'm just going to trim this out and then iron it down, making sure everything is covered properly. Now after properly ironing this is what we have. We want to go ahead now to trim out a bit of the excesses on the inner part so it doesn't affect us when we're joining both the cups to the bodies. So around these edges, we're just going to trim it out. So now this is what our cup is looking like, and then this is what our main fabric piece is looking like. I'm placing them together right sides facing each other, and then we're going to pin this in place because we want to start sewing. After pinning this down, we're going to stitch along the sides by 1/2 inch and then trim out the excess, flip it over and give it a good press. After sewing, this is what we have. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to trim out the excesses and then give this a good press. Now after ironing the cups, we want to go ahead to cover up these rough edges. We do not want it to stay as it is. So I went ahead to cut out this fabric strap. This is on bias, by the way, and I went ahead to iron them closed like this. So this is sort of like a bias fabric, and now I'm going to place it at this point here, folding 1/2 inch inwards, and then we're going to open up this 1/2 inch we ironed. So we're going to fold it in like this, and then we're going to start stitching this down by 1/2 inch. So you just want to follow the ironing line as a guide, and then we're going to stitch this from this starting point all the way to the opposite side. Now when I get to this point, I'm trimming out the excess and I'm going to fold it in by 1/2 inch the way we did at the starting point, and then we're going to finish this up. We're done sewing and this is what we have. Now we're going to trim out the excesses. So far, this is what we have after trimming out the excess. I'm bringing this part in so that we can fold it in and then stitch it down. Now at this edge here, I'm just going to slash this in a slanted motion so that it's going to be easy for us to fold it in. So you can see that it's now easy for us to just fold it and top stitch. So when we're sewing and we get to the opposite side, we also want to slash that part so that it's going to be easy for us to finish it up. Now we're just going to go ahead to top stitch on this. Now we are done with the cup, and this is what our cup is looking like. Now we're going to repeat the same process for our second cup, and then what we want to do next is attach this to our blouse. So I'm done sewing both cups, and this is what they look like. I just went ahead to pin them down to our blouse to see what it would look like when it is done. If you've been watching this from the first video where we drafted this down to this one, comment funnel in the comment section below so I know you are the real MVP. Now I'm going to take out the cups, so we add our yoke before we go ahead to fixing the cups. And another tip, if you would not like to add your yoke and you just want to leave it like this, all you need to do is stack the cups together very well and make sure that your tacking is very neat, and that is all you need to do. Now I took out the cups so we can do this together. I'm bringing in the yoke first. This is the yoke for the front, as you can see, and we're going to just lay it down very well. I'm going to flip this over like this, and then we're going to align the yoke together with the main bodies. So I'm just placing this down very well, and if you're having excess at that bottom part, you just want to hold a bit more that at that point. So here I'm just aligning the armhole area to the one on the main bodies, and we're going to pin this down. We're also going to do the same thing for the other side. We're going to align the armhole areas together, and then when we're done placing this very well, we're going to introduce the cups. I'm bringing in the first cup and I'm going to place it here. We want to hold it down so the shape of the cup is aligning with the main bodies. So I'm going to pin this down. I'm just going to keep aligning them properly and then securing it in place. That is what we're also going to do for the opposite side as well. So now for the side here, I'm just going to hold it very well together with our yoke, and then we're going to pin it down. I'm just going to continue doing this until I have the cups very well placed at the area that I want it to be. So this is what you would have on the outer part. You want to arrange this very well just so that your yoke is not moving and your yoke is not bent. You want your yoke to be properly placed. So this is what we have. Next, what we want to do is we just want to tack the cups and the yoke together with our main bodies. So we're going to make sure we hold everything down very well and then tack it in place. You also want to make sure that your thread is not visible on the outer part. So I took out one of the cups and I just worked on this one first. When I was done tacking this down, I went ahead to finish up the second one as well. So I'm going to finish this up, and then we're going to come back to trim out the excess yoke we have at the bottom part here. We're done tacking the cups in place, and this is what the yoke area is looking like. Now we're going to take out the pins and then trim out the excess. Now this is what the inner part is looking like. Now I'm going to go ahead now to just trim out all the excess yoke we have at this point. We're done trimming out the excesses. I'm going to go ahead now to add my zipper to the back. I'm also going to add hook and eye for the yoke area for the back. And then I'm going to come back to show you guys the final results. So guys, this is the final result. We've come to the end of this tutorial. If you found this video helpful in any way, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed like this. You're also going to love watching this one up here, so you can go check that out after watching this one. If you have any questions, do not forget to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer your questions. Bye guys.